You guys, look at how big these blocks are compared to the Dollar Tree ones. Like the Dollar Tree ones just look so teeny tiny. There is the size of one block compared to a Dollar Tree Jenga block. Like, how crazy. Each box is $12, certainly more than the Dollar Tree ones, but you can make some really nice size projects. My 11-year-old picked out this first project and really wanted me to make a mini plant ladder. I was going to make it out of scrap wood, but thought it would be perfect using these blocks. I started out gluing 4 blocks end to end using regular wood glue. This is going to be the smaller top shelf. Now, I wanted my shelves to have a staggered look with the blocks, which required me to cut several blocks in half, but you could certainly make straight stacked rows if you don't have a saw to cut the blocks. And this shelf is 4 blocks wide by 4 blocks long, and the second shelf is 4 blocks wide by 4.5 blocks long. Next, I made 4 5-block pieces. I figured you don't want to keep watching me glue blocks together, so here's where we are so far. Now I need to attach 2 of the 5-block pieces to make an open bottom triangle. I don't know what you would call that shape, but this part almost caused me to give up on this project. I had to figure out most of it off camera because I was getting so frustrated. I cut the angle way too long and deep, so the side wasn't as wide as I wanted it to be. So I cut that top block off, glued a new one on, and cut a smaller angle. And that worked great for the first side. But when I tried to replicate it for the second side, I couldn't get the pieces to line up. There was a large gap between the 2 pieces where I couldn't get glue on enough of the surface, so I had to add a shim to the second side. Once the glue was dried, I cut the tips flat, that way the top of the ladder can sit on it. Okay guys, I have all of my pieces ready to go to build this plant ladder. So we have our little like triangular pieces. These are going to be the sides, and then we're going to put our shelves in between here. And then this is the top of our plant ladder. So this is a 2 by 4 block. I changed this to be staggered like the shelves and only 3 blocks wide, but 2.5 long. And then we have our 2 shelves. So one is slightly longer than the other. And then we have our rungs for the shelves to sit on. So I have 4 of these 2 block pieces, 1 by 2. I guess we'll call them. All right, now we can put everything together and build this piece. I next needed to figure out where the shelves are going to go on the ladder. I don't want to attach the sides directly to the shelves, so that's why I have the rungs. But they're a little too tall, so I cut them down to the height that I wanted, and then drilled a pilot hole through the side and down into the rung so the screw doesn't split the wood and attach them together. Getting the second side on was a little bit tricky. My craft table is not level, and I always forget that when building projects like this. So the shelf ended up being level lengthwise, but has a slight decline from the front to the back. Then I did the same thing for the top shelf. I'm not sure why I didn't show it. I must have forgot to hit record, but I just used wood glue and attached the top piece. And last, I stained it up with special walnut, and that's it for this one. I love how you can make some larger scale projects with these blocks. I ended up using 61 blocks, just under the 63 that came in a box. You know, Brandy and I can't seem to go too long without doing some type of collaboration, so here we are bringing you guys some Jenga block inspiration. After this video, head on over to the DIY struggle and see what Brandy came up with. You guys, when I opened one of the boxes, the blocks were covered in mold. Yes, mold. I didn't realize what it was at first when I opened the package. Now, my box was not completely covered in mold. It was only on a few blocks, but Brandy's box was completely covered. Thankfully, I had bought a few and I only found the mold on one box, but use these at your own risk. Maybe that's why we haven't seen anyone else using these blocks. This is not a new idea, but I've always wanted to make a wishing well using Jenga blocks, and I love that this one is much larger and would look so cute on the porch or in a garden. For the base of the well, I'm making a hexagon, and don't try to tell me in the comments this is an octagon. An octagon has 8 sides, and this one has 6. But anyways, as I move up the sides, I staggered the blocks so it could create a more circular shape. Then I used my wood glue to attach the blocks together and went 5 rows high. For the posts of the well that hold up the roof, I glued 3 blocks end to end. I only showed 2 at first, but I went back later on and added the 3rd block. Next, for the roof, I first cut a 45-degree angle at the top of 14 blocks. You could use a miter box to do this, but the blocks are pretty thick, so I quickly gave up on that idea and used my chop saw. I am a mess, you guys. My mic wasn't on, so I'll just voice over this part. I cut the blocks to make the roof peak, and I'm holding onto the little triangle pieces to use in another project. I glued the angled pieces together to have 7 sets, and then glued those 7 sets together. Just like the Dollar Tree blocks though, the Five Below blocks are not all created equal, and some are longer or wider than others. And this was not long enough to make the roof, so I added 7 more blocks on each side. Now we can assemble the pieces. You can see there are still 2 blocks on the posts here. I didn't add that 3rd one yet. Then to help the roof sit on the posts, I glued one of those cut triangle pieces onto each post. And you guys, I glued one of them on facing the wrong direction and could not for the life of me figure out why they wouldn't line up the same way. I thought they were different sizes and tried to find another one that was smaller. Oh my gosh, I was so oblivious. And then the roof wouldn't sit right on top. It still took me a few minutes to figure out what was wrong here. You can see here when I added the roof, there isn't much space between the base and the roof. So off camera, that's when I added on another block to the post to raise it up a bit more. Now to decorate the well, I loved the idea of adding moss to the roof and in between the blocks. Well, I was so excited to start adding the moss, I completely forgot I wanted to paint the well first. So it ends up being just natural wood instead. I had these moss sheets from Dollar Tree and I thought they were perfect for this. And then to make it look a little bit more realistic, I added some loose moss around the edges and in between the blocks on the base. I used 64 blocks for the well, 1 block more than a box, but to stick with 1 box, you could leave the posts only 2 blocks high. For this project, I'm starting with 5 blocks and gluing them long sides together. Then I cut down 2 blocks with a 45-degree angle and glued those together. I also cut 1 block in half to extend that triangle shape a bit because we're making a little house. So this is where we need those scrap triangle pieces cut from the 45-degree angle earlier. I used these pieces to fill in from the full blocks to the peak of the roof, and then glued those in place. When the glue was a little bit dry, I added the 5 block sets I started with. There's a small gap on one side of the house, but that's okay, it's gonna get filled in later. Now I had painted the house white, and again I forgot what my plan was. I originally wanted the first layer to be dark, so I sanded the paint down a bit and then went over it with my espresso color stain, and then let that dry overnight. Next I'm using spackle to add texture. This will fill in that small crack and conceal all of the little triangle pieces a bit. I took a small amount on my scraper and then lightly dragged it across the surface. I don't want to fill the whole piece in, just make it sporadic. Once the spackle was dry, for the next layer I'm adding some crackle medium. In the end, you really don't see much of the crackle, so this step probably isn't necessary, but again, I just added this in random spots. And then once that layer is dry, I'm taking Apothecary by DIY Paint. You can use any pop color you choose and applying this randomly as well, but making sure to cover where I applied that crackle medium. I also dragged the brush across the house when there was hardly any paint left on it to continue adding that worn look. Once it dried, you can see here the crackle didn't do much. There were slight little cracks, but it may have been because I put it on top of spackle and not paint. Next, I'm taking this little wheatgrass bundle and wrapping some raffia around it. I put the raffia too low at first and went back later and moved it up a little bit higher, but that's it for this one. I love how it turned out with all the layers of paint. I think it is so cute.